I want you to know about the Georgia-specific doctrine called vanishing venue. This is a very unique and peculiar rule that is only in Georgia. Right? So very Georgia-specific. And it has kind of evolved and changed a little bit throughout the last 30 years or so. And so I want you to know about vanishing venue. Under the rule of vanishing venue, if you have multiple defendants, this is going to be easy to spot on a fact pattern. Okay, if you have multiple defendants and one or more of the defendants has venue, has proper venue in the case, because they are residents of the county, the forum county, and then you have another non-resident defendant. And non-resident, I'm not talking about an out-of-stater, I'm talking about somebody who is from outside of the county. All right, so their venue will not be properly grounded in that county. So you have multiple defendants, could be as few as two, right? At least one of them has venue, proper venue in that county, and that's how we have venue over the case. At least one other defendant is a non-resident, and so therefore they're not from that county. That's what we mean by, again, by non-resident. If the case is dismissed, decided in favor of, or whatever, if the case is decided and dismissed against the resident defendant or resident defendants, so they're not liable for whatever reason, and the only defendants remaining are non-resident defendants, at that point, and that can even be on appeal, if a challenge is made to venue, it can even be on appeal. At that point, the trial court no longer has the authority to enter a judgment against the non-resident defendant. And so venue has vanished against that one or more defendant. And so that case must be transferred to a venue that is proper. And if more than one venue is proper under those circumstances, then the plaintiff gets to choose the venue that is what's called the transferee venue. It's a very unique and different rule because you can even obtain this judgment against a non-resident defendant, and then the case is dismissed on appeal, overturned on appeal against another defendant, and now that judgment against the non-resident defendant is no longer valid, and you have to try the case all over again in a different venue. So that is the rule of vanishing venue. As a historical note, okay, if this is tested, it's probably unlikely to be tested, but it has been, so it can be. Right? You can also discuss the evolution of this rule. This was a rule that existed in Georgia until 1999. In 1999, the rule was abolished. And then a few short years later, in 2005, the rule was statutorily revived. The legislature passed a law and statutorily revived the rule of vanishing venue. And so now the rule exists again, and it has since way back in 2005. But know about that evolution. I mean, theoretically, if a case was filed in 2003 and that's the fact pattern, then the rule wouldn't apply. But it's likely if this is tested, it's going to apply. It's going to be obvious from the circumstances that it applies, and you can get some extra points by discussing that evolution of the rule. So that is the Georgia-specific rule of vanishing venue.